Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit from CynicalBrit.com and the YouTube channel Total Halibut. And one of the most requested games that we film and bring to you at this show was, of course, Arenanet's new blockbuster Guild Wars 2. We've already brought you 40 minutes of PvE, but I know what you violent types like, and I have a feeling PvP is on your mind. So, with that in mind, I bring you the lead system designer of Arenanet and, of course, Guild Wars 2, the one and only Isaiah.
Hello, my name is Isaiah Cartwright, or Izzy.
Yep, Izzy works too. We'll go with that one. And he's going to be showing me the PvP and no doubt facepalming at how bad I am at it. We'll give it a try one way or the other.
All right, so here we are. We're going to jump right into character creation. We've set it up a little bit differently for PvP. You can go ahead and just pick your race and your profession, and it'll just pop you right on in, and you can play.
Okay. Now, I'm quite familiar with a mage, so...
All right, so we have the Elementalist, the Warrior, the Guardian, the Engineer, the Ranger, the Necro, and the Thief. Those are what you can play. Our Elementalist is your kind of your caster, but you can switch between different elements and kind of change up during combat.
Okay.
Your Warrior is kind of arms character, has lots of different weapons, and it can really bring kind of force and rage to the battle. You have the Guardian. This is kind of a warrior type of character, but also brings a lot of magic, and so it really kind of mixes magic and melee. And then you have your Engineer, uses a lot of gadgets and to really play on the battlefield, drops turrets and mines and different things like that. We have our Ranger, very typical range class, has pets and kind of uses a lot of nature-y themes to overcome his enemies. You have your Necromancer. This is a master of undead, has pets and wells and life siphon from the enemy. And then your Thief steals from the enemy and uses these tools to overcome his foes and uses a little bit of stealth.
Okay, then. I am torn, I have to say, but I think we're going to try out the Engineer because that sounds like a lot of fun, so we're going to go with that. And, of course, this is the story, which we showed in the PvE. This allows you to set up a variety of different things. The PvP, of course, doesn't matter so much. Sort it out. There we go. Oh, yes, of course, I already exist in the world, so let's break out the secondary name. There we go. Preparing for PvP. Tell me a little bit about this Battle of Kylo that we've got going on here.
So in the game of PvP, you kind of exist in the mists, and the mists allow us to replay old battles of the world of Guild Wars. And so the Battle of Kylo is a fight between some peasants fighting an old army, and so you're allowed to kind of almost recreate this battle over and over, and allows you to kind of replay the tactics and the fights. There's kind of a fight already going on, and so this, basically there's 3 capture points, and you can see them. We have a windmill, a clock tower, and the mansion, and you're basically fighting over these points. And there's also 2 trebuchets, and those things allow you to destroy different things on the map, and especially the clock tower. The whole clock tower can be destroyed, really changing up the battle, opening up new pathways, and allowing you to do different things on the battlefield. Lots of different, terrain can be destroyed, really opening up all sorts of different secret passages all throughout the map.
Okay. Let's get started then. All right, let's have a quick look at these skills. Now, if I recall correctly, half of these are determined by your class and half by your weapon.
Correct. So the ones on the left side of the bar are all determined by your weapon choice, and the ones on the right side of the bar are determined by what utility skills you bring. All skills are determined by your profession, but whichever weapon you slot will change your left side of your bar, and whatever utilities you slot will change your right.
Yeah, so basically if you're an Engineer with a gun, you're going to have different attacks than, say, a Ranger with a gun.
Correct.
Okay.
Rangers use a lot of bows, though. But so here, the Engineer, one of the fun skills here is Jump Shot. This is kind of like a skill that allows you to jump around the map. You use the rifle to kind of propel you around.
Oh, nice.
The other thing that you have on your bar is a Flamethrower, skill 7 here.
Flamethrower is always good.
That'll change all of your skills on the left side of your bar into a Flamethrower, and you can now run around and cook your enemies.
That is an impressive-looking Flamethrower. A little bit dangerous. I feel a little vulnerable here.
And so the other things that you have on your bar, you could click this little arrow here, that little arrow above the skills, and now you can change to all sorts of different things. You have rocket boots that can propel you backwards.
I've got to have the rocket boots.
And then you have right now smelling salts, which resurrects yourself or
That's
allies.
not as interesting as something that blows up.
You have mines, grenades, a turret right there, a rifle turret. And so these are different things you can bring as an Engineer.
There we go. I don't want to bring any utility because I'm evil like that, so we'll go for pure fun skills.
Let's go look for people to kill.
Rocket
and so if you
boots,
head
very
out
nice.
here, to the right is the Trebuchet, which you could use to fire onto the enemies, but then you wouldn't get to play with your skills. So you can decide which one you want to do.
We'll go for this first.
And so you can head towards them. Let's go up to the clock tower that's right up here ahead.
Okay,
This is huge clock tower. And then take a right here, and you can head up into this. We really tried to make each point have a different feel. There's a bad guy. Let's try to cook him. There we go.
Get out. Yeah.
All right. And, you got
Okay, so that's some kind of bouncing attack right there, right?
There you go. And so some of the things that the engineer does is really allows him to change the different things that he can do on the field by using different gadgets and, different kind of mechanics and abilities. The skill 6 here allows you to heal yourself. You really want to use that a lot, especially in PvP. And another skill you have on your bar is skill 3. It's kind of an air blast. It allows you to push enemies around.
Ah, okay. So if you play the Pyro in TF2, you're familiar with how this works?
Yeah, very similar. And so you can kind of cook your enemies as you see. You also have skill 4, which drops a wall of fire on the ground, which allows you to kind of protect yourself and kind of control the ground.
Okay.
So, you got to be careful. These bubbles kind of protect from projectiles and stuff, so you don't want to place your walls on them, as they will stop the walls from being created. Okay. And if you want to not use your flamethrower anymore, you can go back to your rifle by either pushing this little drop bundle button, or tilde will also work. And so now you can go back to netting people with skill 2, or rocket jumping around. You can also hit 0 here, and it'll use your elite skill, which is usually a very powerful skill. And there's a lot of players around right now, so be a good one. All right, so you're now in your down state. You're still alive. You can fight. Someone's resurrecting you, and bam, you're back in the action. And this is kind of a big fight, and so you really want to get your heal back up and get back into the action.
There we go.
So hit skill 0 here. We'll see what kind of big elite power you get. You're now moving extremely fast and attacking fast, so you want to get up in here and go in there and resurrect your ally. Oh, big, the catapult came in and killed you there, so you got to be careful of those. You just pulled him to you, interrupting him from killing you.
Yep.
Now, Booby Trap will blow you up and him.
Sounds fun to me, although I have a feeling I didn't quite get it off in time.
It's all right. All right, so you'll be back in 5 seconds here.
Yep.
As soon as that comes back, a little button will appear on the bottom of the screen, and that resurrects you.
Yep.
And now you can get back into the action. We keep really low resurrection time, so we want people to be able to play and enjoy the game. And so now you kind of want to go to one of these points that's not taken, not yours, and try to take them back.
Yep. Let's go and have a look.
So the clock tower is a big fight. Let's head towards the mansion.
Okay.
So that's towards the right here.
Yep. Okay.
And so you can really use skill 5 to kind of move around the map and do big jumps. If you go up here, let's go up into the air. Now you can use skill 5 and jump down there. There you go.
That is fun. I like that.
Yeah, and so really kind of using that stuff to move around the map allows you to kind of make a lot of interesting tactical maneuvers.
Yep.
You can also whip your flamethrower back out by hitting 7. Go around cooking your enemies.
There we go. Bit roasty. I have a feeling there's actually... Oh, no. Actually 2-on-2 by the looks of it, so we're okay for the time being.
You're doing good.
Yeah, I'm being ignored, which is
and you're
wonderful. Yeah, I think the other guy's getting pounded at the minute.
So skill 5 will pull them to you and allow you to stay close to your enemies, which is good for a flamethrower.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then you cook them.
Yeah. You came in a bit late here, so it was all right, but you did good.
Not bad for a start.
Yeah.
And we roasted the guy that for some reason, he looked a bit... Actually, yeah, he does look a bit like Mega Man right there. So let's get a bit roasted.
That's an Asura, an Asura Guardian, so he's able to run around. And he's thrown up these walls that are protecting him from projectiles, and he's able to reflect them back onto his enemies.
Yep.
And so this match is over. It's going to jump you all out, and you can play a different profession if you'd like.
Sounds good to me. Give it a good try.
All right, just hit demo begin there.
Yep. Get out of German. Now, Guild Wars actually had... It's probably one of the only MMOs that had a really solid kind of esports scene going along with it, if I recall correctly. What are you trying to do to support that in this version?
We really try to support that with a lot of tournaments. We have, in Guild Wars 1, we had automated tournaments that would go on all the time that allowed people to play these tournaments that would build into bigger and bigger tournaments. We had monthly tournaments that would go on, and we even ran some really big tournaments where we flew people out to Germany and to Taiwan. And those were, big, huge tournaments that were highly regarded in our all over. So it looks like, let's do demo begins right here.
Yep.
We got to get a couple other people. get another game going here.
Sure.
All right, go in. Let's try it. You want to play as Sura?
Yeah, why not? Might as well. I think we'll put him a ranger this time. It sounds like fun.
All right, and pick another profession.
Yep. There we go.
And so that's one of the ways that we were able to really support the competitive scene is with automated tournaments. We also had a really kind of lots of different game types that we had in Guild Wars 1. And so in Guild Wars 2, we have really two main PvP game types. One of them is this competitive game, smaller kind of objective-based PvP, which is what you're seeing here.
Yep.
And then another one is world PvP, which is huge, massive battles, taking over, sieging fortresses and castles and things like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that actually. How does PvP affect the world in general?
And so in the world v world sense, those huge sieges allow you to kind of win for your server, and you're able to, it's 3 servers fighting against each other, and after that you're able to kind of win bonuses for your server, and it's sort of kind of a server pride scenario. And so here's kind of a fresh new game. You're playing a ranger now, and you have a pet that comes along with you. If you hit this little beckon button right there, return to me, you'll have a pet that's following you along, and he's kind of running behind you right here. But that's okay. There he comes.
There he is.
Yeah, little dog, and he will fight for you along in the battle. And along with that, you also have a longbow. And if you switch the button again, you have an axe and a warhorn. The warhorn can summon birds to attack your enemy and kind
summon birds.
A
That's
frenzy
nice.
of attack. That's a pretty
fun
fun
I think we're going to have to summon some birds, I think.
And so when get to the middle here and protect, you can jump out this window by jumping up on top of these boxes.
I was going to say, did I just see glass? It always looked like glass shattering right there.
You can break all of these windows.
That's brilliant.
Here. So this guy behind you, let's target him and hit 4. And you will summon a bunch
of
birds. There
go
they
birds.
go. All right, hit skill 6 here. That'll heal you. He went down fast.
Yep.
So if you hit skill 2, that'll bring your pet to you. And now you can use skill 3, and he will start resurrecting you. One of the things about a ranger is you can never leave them alone. They'll bring themselves back.
Oh, very nice.
And so now you're back in the action, and you can resurrect yourself and get back into the fight.
Very cool.
One of the things about Guild Wars 2 is there's a lot of ways that you can kind of fight, and you're never done until someone really finishes you off.
Let's try a few abilities right here.
And so he's kind of an elementalist in Earth Attunement, and you're kind of shooting him with your longbow here.
Yep.
You can use skill 5, which will create a barrage and really slow the enemy down.
Yep, he's just moved out of that. He's got a shield on right there. So pop him a quick heal. Send the dog after him.
Yeah, there
he's close range, so let's switch over to that.
There you go.
Let's get some birds going on.
Everyone around you and get them with a good stack of birds.
Yeah.
And skill 2 is kind of a shotgun of axes that you're throwing at him. Does a lot of damage up close, and you can really do a lot of damage. You want to run away here until your heal's back up, and you can get your heal going.
There you go.
Maybe a friend. He's now hurting. You can go back to him, try to finish him off.
Yeah, where'd he go?
There he is.
Okay.
He's a tornado. Throw some axes at him, see if you can finish him off.
He's knocked me off the tower.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Let's run back around, see if you can get back to him.
Okay.
So to your left here and back inside. And you want to heal up? Yeah, there you go.
PvP's very fast-paced, very dynamic in this game.
Yeah, we really tried to make our combat a very dynamic, a lot of movement, a lot of, your skills change up, a lot of resurrecting your allies, really tried to keep a fast-paced environment.
Yep. Well, this guy
run up close to him, and you want to get close and hit F. That's going to stomp him, make sure he can't come back.
Yep.
And you're now resurrecting your dog, bringing him back in so he can fight, and that guy's now dead. You're good. Get back to the middle and make sure you capture this point.
There
the team's doing real good here.
Oh, yeah, we're doing much better than last time.
So then after this, you want to jump out to that window. You can kind of get a good scope of everything's going on.
Yep.
This middle point's a really good area where you can kind of scout the map, and you can kind of crawl up to the top here and get on top of this clock tower and really see everything that's going on.
Yeah. And these are these actually have quite the range. The further away, it does more damage.
Yeah, that's one of the tricks of the Ranger's longbow, is he's a big range class. And so from here, you can really see the whole map. It's one of the advantages of this center point. And the clock will actually tell you the time of the map, and so it slowly counts down.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
And so it's one of the kind of little tricks that we have. And so as you run around, and so you guys have the whole map, and you might want to go head over towards their point and see if you can catch them coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
You just jump down. You can heal up right after that.
Yep. See if I can get onto the wall. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. They're hiding. They don't want to come out.
Yeah, let's head back and go get on the catapult. Maybe we can get some supporting fire.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
So we'll head up and go through underneath this clock tower.
Okay.
This is one of the main defining points of this map. Go right underneath here and go straight through that little hole, and we'll be right on top of the catapult. This is one of the things that allows you to, blow up the clock tower and, drop that scouting point, and also make it so that, there you go, walk up to here, hit use. And so now you have the catapult. You can use skills 1 and 3, which will move the catapult.
Yep.
And skill 2 will then charge the catapult and shoot it.
Okay.
And so if you turn it a little bit here, you can shoot the clock tower, hit skill 2.
Yeah, we never liked it anyway.
And charge, and then shoot. And you will blow that clock tower up. Let go. Boom. A little bit lower. You overcharged it.
Oh, there we go.
F again.
Let's get back in.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Skill
3
2.
to angle it around. Yep,
Yeah.
don't go all the way this
And
time.
let go. That's good. All right, and then bam, blows the clock tower up. So if you shoot another one in there, you can then land a shot inside the clock tower.
And that'll do damage to anyone inside.
Anyone inside, and allows you to kind of, you just hit someone. And so it allows you to kind of knock people around, blow people off capture points. You can also blow up all these buildings in here and open up different pathways and really change the whole layout of the map with this, with this trebuchet. And you can really look around and see the different people, like the points under attack over here. If you change the path all the way over to that mansion, you might be able to get a shot off. Yeah. There's a lot of kind of skill in knowing exactly what power and what angles and things like that. And we really wanted to try to make sure.
Oh, there we go.
A little bit too far, but that's okay. There you go. Now you got.
Okay, let's see if we can get a good shot.
So we really wanted to kind of get a artillery feel to this trebuchet. Oh, you might be good right there. Right in there.
Oh, almost.
Close,
Try again.
And so it's really kind of the player that wants to sit back here and really support this. Players can come back and destroy the trebuchet, and then you have to go get a repair kit and heal and repair your trebuchet. And that's one of the ways that multi-dimensional pieces to this map, where it's always changing, and every fight can really be different, just based on how you play it. Yeah. And it adds a lot of tactical depth to the map.
Yeah.
And so it looks like your team's doing really good, and you're gonna pull this game off.
Looks like it. I'm gonna go get in there and do a little bit more damage before we win.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. We got it. There we go. Fantastic.
And so that's a little bit of our kind of 5v5 competitive PvP.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for talking to us today. It's been very enlightening indeed.
Pleasure's all mine.
Do you have a rough kind of idea as to when this game's coming out?
It's when it's done. That's,
when it's done.
That's kind of our...
That's the attitude I like to hear. That's good. Seems very polished already. I'm very, very impressed with it. So thank you very much, and best of luck with your title.
All right. Thanks very much.
My name's been TotalBiscuit, and I will see you next time.